Hey everyone, welcome back to our Thursday call. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. Been running around this morning, but welcome. This is our, here we go, 42nd weekly call. Hashtag this week is D-Pin Precision. I'm going to bring up Jesse and Chris, my these familiar faces and my fellow co-hosts.
Hey.
What's up, guys?
Good
morning, everyone.
Chris. How you
Happy
doing?
Thursday.
Happy
Good.
Thursday.
How are you guys?
Oh,
Good,
good.
man.
Jesse, fancy digs you got there.
I know. Look at that. I'm live from East Denver. Boom.
Nice.
The Airbnb I got was actually a cold basement, but my buddies rented this place out, so I'm like, hey, gotta do it here instead.
This is how we do though. We reserve our resources for stuff
Yeah.
and just go hustle other people for their nice stream
Yeah.
spots.
Exactly.
It's too bad we couldn't work in a number 42 pun for this week's because I knew stream number 42 was coming up. Yeah, I didn't quite figure that one out.
Gorkin, hey, Dr. Gorkin's
yeah,
here.
yeah, I know. It's the answer to the universe,
Yep.
number 42. True. Well, you guys look like you're in nice sunny places. I'm still in my bedroom, like my dark room. And it was so crazy rainy and dark here in Seattle.
Yeah.
Like crazy storms.
Yeah, I heard the rain was sideways, which is wild. Yeah.
It was really wild. But anyway, I'm glad you guys are somewhere nice and warm, getting your vitamin D.
Nice. Yep.
Hey, everybody. Good to see everyone in the chat.
Yeah, a lot of people here today. Awesome.
Cool.
Good morning,
all right.
Well, the gym. How's everyone? Yep. How are you, Roz? Let's go.
Let's go.
Drew's here too. Let's go, UpRockers. Yep.
So you guys noticed
3 waves. So 1, 2, 3.
3 waves. You guys noticed something different so far already?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
It's a new design. Look at
this.
Right.
Oh, right. Yeah. It looks cool.
This is the most unfair question, Jesse. We just got like, do you notice anything? I almost went, you got a haircut?
Yeah, no.
Just to be on the safe side. Like, oh, there's new curtains. There's new. Yeah. Okay, great. The new curtains are lovely.
You got different eyelashes. Yeah.
I'm glad it was worth me staying up till 4 o'clock this morning.
We're in so much trouble right now, buddy.
Anyway, let's get started, guys. Enough about this. I just want to also give a big shout to Zarin. What's up, Zarin? It's good to see you here. Okay, let's get started.
Yeah, it's a red day, but we're doing great. It's green for us. So, okay.
So another new slide. We've got on our agenda introductions. Hello. Some highlights. We'll go over some product updates. And then Jesse, why don't you tell us a bit about what's going on over in Denver for East Denver.
Yep.
And then we'll talk a bit about Prism. Yep. And then we get back to work.
Sounds good.
All right.
Yeah.
So first up for highlights, we've got, so Syndica did their deep dive again, the Solana D-Pin. And this is really cool to see, and which we already knew this, but it's also nice to see it in a graph. But UpRock is leading all chains on device count. So we can thank that to our onboarding. I mean, you download the app and within 2 minutes you start earning. We check out that chart right there.
Yeah, I just saw that, and we just reposted it. So that's awesome.
Yeah, super cool. So how many, you guys got that latest number on how many devices?
I think our total installs now over close to 2.7 million,
yeah.
which is why our Prism, our SaaS product, is going to be so awesome, because that is a representation of every single major country and city on earth. And so that is powerful.
Yeah, it's been really interesting talking to folks about Prism. And they're like, wait a minute, are you saying we can do this with how many devices you guys got? How many locations? I mean, they're just blown away. So it's really, really cool to see. And, this is the power of D-Pin, and this is the magic of D-Pin precision.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. And I'll talk about a little bit more later, but that is always impresses people here. And when I show the demo live at ETH Denver, I mean, everyone's just blown away. What we're building is actually brand new. No one's done it before. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Well,
you guys are being too modest. It's not gonna be awesome. It's already awesome, and it's
Oh
not.
yeah,
That's it. That's the other thing. It's not really a demo. I mean, it's a demo in the sense that it's the first time we're showing it to people, but
yeah,
it works. It's
Yeah.
not a demo like, hey, look, here's what we think we're gonna build. It's a demo like, hey, this is an awesome race car. You want to go drive it? Like,
yeah,
here's the keys. Off you go.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll get more into East Denver and the reactions or whatever you're getting from demoing Prism there. But
Yep.
until then, we'll go into some other highlights. We've got a 4.9. Speaking of our seamless onboarding on our apps, we got a 4.9 star rating now across 207,000 devices.
That's just, by the way, that's just the reviewers. That
Registered
means we've had almost 210,000 people review our app.
Yeah.
This is powerful because that part of the algorithm for the Play Store and App Store, when they see so many people give us positive reviews, it tells Google and Apple that this is a very important app. It actually it ranks well for the keywords that people are searching for, and people love it. So therefore, we should show this app more often. So this is why we get thousands of installs every day without paying for it. This is all organic. Yeah. So we don't have to waste any of our money on ads. We get this is just because we build a great app and people love it and they rate it. So yeah, over 200,000 reviews, which is
That's incredible.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you haven't reviewed the app, and you have something nice to say, please head over to Play or the Apple App Store and leave us a review. And if there's something that you don't like about us, about the app, or something you want to improve that wouldn't earn yet your 5-star or 4-star rating, let us know. If you haven't dismissed it yet, you should see a card when you open the app that it's asking you to rate it, and that's where you can leave us feedback. So if there's anything that's if we haven't yet earned your 5-star rating, let us know there so we can work on that, right? So anyway, thank you for everyone who has reviewed, and also thank you for everyone who uses UpRock the apps and contributes to the network.
And speaking of everyone, well, I don't know I'm not sure if we have anyone in Antarctica. It was interesting.
So I saw this. We've actually been having a side discussion about this ever since you asked this question, Drew. So I'm going to give you a way more serious answer to this funny question than you were expecting. And the reality is, many of the devices that are on Antarctica don't have a network to connect to, and to the extent they do have a network to connect to, they're going to show up as coming from wherever they originally originated from. But now I'm going to give you the funny part of the answer. That's not going to stop us. And we're just having a debate right now if we can incentivize penguins to wear a collar with an UpRock device on it. And I don't know how exactly we're going to do this, but we are super incentivized to get at least one device in Antarctica. So if you know anybody who works at the South Pole Station, tell them to give us a call. Chris will send them a box of cigars as a care package and an UpRock device.
Speaking of random locations, though, it would be the most random if you see your app installed in the Vatican City, stuff places like that you don't think about.
No, we have definitely gotten pings from random places like San Marino and Andorra. Random, small places like that. So those kinds of things happen. Antarctica is just a tough one because the mobile network's not really a thing down there. But maybe we can get a Starlink and ship it down there with some solar panels or something.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That would be pretty cool if we saw something from Antarctica. I don't know, maybe the thing got awoken to participate in a DPIN network. Yeah. It's not a terrible alien.
North Pole, though?
No, it's in Antarctica.
The thing? I thought that was the North Pole.
No, they were working on a station down in a.
Maybe I have that movie. Maybe I'm thinking about the wrong movie. We all love old horror movies, so now we've really derailed this discussion.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're talking about aliens in Antarctica now. So okay, we'll move on.
Moving on. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Other highlights. So we posted this on our X account, x.com/uprock.com. But we are looking for folks to join us on our community, our country ambassador program. So if you are a community leader or you want to be a content creator and you believe in DPIN, just let us know, apply. So we're going to be taking applications soon, but we have a quick poll going on an important trait for a Web3 ambassador. So community builder, content creator, deepen educator, all of the above. I mean, I don't think it's any surprise that all of the above is leading that poll. But if you feel like you check any of those boxes or all of them, and you want to join us, let us know. We will have those applications coming up shortly. So keep your eyes peeled on X, and you can join all of these great folks that are already helping us and part of our community. You see them in the chat here. So yeah, let us know if you'd like to join us.
Yeah, and by the way, the new Prism platform already supports localized strings. What that means is it's going to already support different languages. We need to do the same thing for the apps as well. So the whole Prism platform is open source. So I think we might have an opportunity for the country ambassadors to actually go in and help translate some of the website and the portal and earn some tokens that way as well. So that'd be cool to get some feedback and just get extra reviewers to make sure how we're talking about the product makes sense in your country. And that goes for the SaaS product and also the apps and the portal.
Yeah.
Oh, this is my buddy Jonathan. He's a fellow entrepreneur from Seattle.
Let's go.
Oh, hey, Jonathan.
He works for Nifmint and he's crashing here. So anyway, he let me film this place here. So yeah, Jonathan. He's a fellow entrepreneur in Seattle. So
also an UpRock token holder.
Yeah,
so let's
go. Let's go.
All right. Thanks, man.
Good to see you, Jonathan.
Hey, Jonathan. Yep.
So Jonathan's a really cool guy. He has Nifmint and TF Labs up here in Seattle. So he's always hosting a lot of great crypto AI events, just generally tech, but in particular crypto and AI or Web3 and AI.
Yeah.
So if you're in Seattle and you're trying to mingle or get to know, network up here, you should definitely check out his events. They happen at least once a month, multiple times a month often.
Yeah, honestly, it's hard to throw great events, and he's the only one in Northwest that throws quality events every month that are consistent, that have good speakers, and they're kind of wide range from panels to workshops. But crypto space in Seattle is small, and this guy, he really nails it, and he's the main one there. So a lot of times when I do events in Seattle, it's from his office actually, and he has a pretty cool startup office. It's bigger than this, has a cool startup vibe. So yeah, if you're in Seattle, that's the place to be in crypto.
Yeah, and I might get in trouble for saying this, but it also has a karaoke machine.
No,
so if you go there, you didn't hear that from me. All right, let's get into some product updates. Product updates section. Now I mentioned this last week, but we've got iOS staking. It's testing right now. That will also coincide with an update to the web staking flow. So we'd like to release this update at the same time. So when we have parity on both of those, then that will go out. But it is essentially ready to go. I've got myself staking on test flight. That new flow's there, so you'll see it on Web 2, Web as well, and then you can start staking your UPT. And then soon after iOS, Android's coming out. That's also in the works, but we're just not in testing, or we're not in testing phase for that yet. But that is coming soon on your mobile devices and your web.
Cool, nice.
Cool. All right, and next, okay, I guess let's get into this, Jesse. Now you are in. Actually, before I move on, is there anything else that I forgot to add here for this week?
I think maybe
that went out.
So we've got some more Android releases. There's nothing really flashy to show there because it's just we found a couple bugs that were annoying a couple people. Also, a small performance improvement. So that's going out, but there's not really a lot of visual changes that anybody will notice. So yeah, the big UI updates in this release cycle are on iOS. Desktop, we're still doing testing on auto upgrades. We want to make sure that's super reliable and seamless, but that should be going out soon, real soon, probably over the weekend, maybe early next week. I've actually got the next upgrade version testing on this device right now as we speak.
Cool.
Yeah, and then the web is also getting some TLC. So the portal, we're actually updating that because we're adding the play to earn, the shop to earn, just a better reward program. Just have a whole section.
Yeah, I was going to mention.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like 99% of our actions on the mobile apps and desktop app. So the website tends to get a little bit less TLC, but we really need to do so. So you're going to see actually a lot of improvements there next week. And then for the apps as well, like we do see, we're still getting some tickets around the 2FA, So we're improving that, and that's actually the next priority for all the Android and iOS releases. After we do those, actually fix some of those issues, we're going to get back to beefing up a reward program, which means like adding like shop to earn on Android, magic receipts, surveys. These are requests from the community that they'd love to have more ways to earn and not just passive ways. And they're pretty lucrative because the companies that actually promote these things, they pay out like really well. So we want to actually add surveys, magic receipts, and just give that as an option. Yeah, so that's gonna this is our kind of roadmap for the next 2 or 3 weeks. On the web.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Yeah, so we usually put out new features. If we can, we test it out on web first, but then web has like the ugliest interface of all the products. So it's like, if you can handle this feature with this shitty with this like janky interface, then you really like it's good. It passed the test.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's getting an update because I know it doesn't look that pretty, and we're fixing it. But anyway, okay, so we have up next ETH Denver.
Yeah.
Let's get into that. Jesse, you are in Denver for the week.
Yep.
And it sounds like you've been pretty busy. I mean, yeah, why don't you give us a rundown? What's been going on?
Yeah, so I mean, it says ETH Denver, but there's actually every chain on Earth is here. There was a whole multi-chain event yesterday. That one's like really hard to network to because you don't know who to talk to. It's like 1,000 L1s and L2s and L3s and L4s, and it's just all over the place. But the Solana events are good for us. The DePIN events are good for us. So the first day was the day of DePIN with the DeFi guys. I had a 5-minute solo talk. Also, I was on a panel about DePIN, talking about wireless and bandwidth and how to decentralize and build better networks out there. So that was great. And then my 5-minute solo talk was I just got to kind of pitch the room on Prism and why it matters and how it's only really possible with the technology today. And so that actually went really great. They recorded it. I think I did pretty good. And you guys can see that online pretty soon. And then yesterday was the DePIN day. I had a podcast with Tom from Fluence, and he's the one that hosts that. So that was also pretty good. Some of our early backers were there, like the boardless team was there. We met a bunch of other crypto VCs too. Some influencers were there. So I basically brought my laptop around because we've been building this thing for weeks with the Blue Wave team as well, and haven't really shown anyone in person. So this is a great opportunity for me to just like get live feedback and practice talking about it and like what makes people excited, which screens people get stuck on, or what kind of points are really interesting for people. So the better we get at that, the better we can actually communicate that on the website as well and all our sales material. So no better way of doing that, just getting out there and talking about it live. So that was yesterday. Today we have a bunch of Solana events too. I'm going to meet with a lot of the Solana Foundation people. Is hanging around here, so I'm going to meet them and just talk about Prism. But everyone I've showed the demo to has been blown away by it because I've you hear the words world's first in crypto a lot. But I swear to God, I keep looking and I have not found anyone that has built a DePIN powered uptime monitoring service. And it's $1 billion industry. A lot of companies doing Web 2. And the way we're doing it is not possible at all unless you have this community powered network. So yeah, so that's what's been exciting, that everyone's just like super impressed with it. It's been, they're like, okay, give me the invite. I'd love to try it out and sign up for it. So it's been good.
That's really cool. So I don't know if probably most folks, because if you're tuning in every week, we've been talking about this for several weeks now about the importance of uptime monitoring.
Yeah.
And so just to give you an example, when your site is down or when a site is down, there's a lot of downtime costs. You're losing a lot of money, not just from visitors, but productivity, everything like that. So there was a breakdown that we shared last week about what are the average downtime costs per industry. And I'll just read a few of these out loud. But on average, the media industry will lose about $90,000 per hour. Healthcare is $636,000. Retail, $1.1 million an hour. Telecom, $2 million an hour. Energy is like way more than that. I think it's 2.48 million or something like that. And so like it's a very expensive, it's very costly to be down. And so that's why businesses are like they spend a lot of money to get like the monitoring that they need, so they don't get caught up in downtime. And that's why they're very excited about something like this, because usually what will happen is you use a traditional solution and they have like a limited number of servers around the world, or usually it's like, less than 100 for some of them. Others, like bigger companies, might have up to 700, but we're talking about millions of devices versus a few hundred. And so this is like super exciting for them, because like, oh wait, hang on a second, it's not just a handful of devices, centralized servers. These are actually real devices all over the place. So it gives you a much more granular, or a much more precise view on what's happening on your site. And that's why we're calling it deep hid precision, or precision.
This really is the level of data that you want and need when you're running things. And it's so great. We were just literally, because we're working on a bunch of different deep hid projects with our different partners. I spun up a Prism instance just the other day to test out something we were working on for one of our own internal projects, and it's so great. And the other thing, Jess, I really hope you're going to show off the newest UI, because you guys.
We have all of it. I have it all ready to roll.
All right, because I didn't see the rest of these slides after this one, but it looks so good. It looks so good. I had it up on the computer the other night. I just sat there and watched it for a little bit. Just watch the numbers roll in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Before you get into the Prism, because coming up next, we'll talk more about Prism. I would love to show these demos. Is there anything else that we need to, you want to share about your time in Denver?
Yeah, I think a lot of questions people ask is like, how is this? What is the alternative? If people didn't have, if they don't have this today, or if they don't use you guys, what is the other alternative solutions? And we've done this in the past for previous companies we built. What you normally do is you might have like the uptime service that does, and now you might use that for just basic like up and down time alerts, and it's tied to your email or SMS, so you can know your site is down before your customers do, because that's the worst experience if your customers tell you on Twitter that, hey, your site's down and you don't even know it. You should know first. And so there's that. But what ends up happening is internally you want to have a dashboard to understand how your app or your network is performing in every country and preferably every city, so you can see. And obviously the point of that is to see your whole conversion flow. Like when people visit your site, to how much people click on something, where they drop off, and then you want to kind of tie that to the speed of your app, how that performs. And if you think about all that, just knowing for by city, by country, and then by maybe devices, like it's a nightmare to set up. So people use Grafana dashboards. You might have internal APIs they have to build up to do this. You might go, pay for some proxies, or there's user testing companies that charge a lot for, say, hey, if you want, we'll charge you like X dollars per device to just test your app out and get some actual granular data. And it's really expensive. And then you feed that into your Grafana dashboard, and then you can kind of get a picture of how your products are doing worldwide. So this is a nightmare to be able to get this kind of level of picture of your systems and how they perform and their speed worldwide. Is you kind of hodgepodge, mix max a bunch of things together, because they're not it's all centralized. And again, like it's very expensive to actually run mobile network and have users try out your app. And the decentralized way, the DPIN way, everyone's token incentivized, and everyone has skin in the game to keep their app open, to install the app, to talk about it, to share with their friends and family. They get rewarded for it. It's exciting. People are on the community calls, and then we know we're changing the internet in a better way, because we're helping unblock the internet, providing a free flow of data, protecting privacy, and all that good stuff. And that enables to provide a more efficient network where we can actually really compete on cost and deliver a superior product for uptime, speed, performance testing. So yeah, I just wanted to emphasize that. I get that question a lot. Like, okay, cool. There's got to be another solution. Like this can't just exist without without you guys. There's got to be an alternative. So I was like, yes, there are, but it's complicated for the average company to set up, and it's expensive. Like I said.
So tell me about this guy. So Art here we have on the screen.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if you saw, but
yeah, I saw it, yeah.
Who was it? Was it Valum? Valum, are you in the chat today? Shared an edit of your photo with like these huge sunglasses on you. It's like, that's the real Jesse.
I mean, they're kind of big, but
that was great. Anyway, tell us about Art. So it sounds like you showed this to Art, and he got he sounded pretty, from what you told us internally, it sounded like he was pretty interested. He was pretty excited about it. But tell us about that meeting.
Oh yeah, so Art's an early backer. The guy's awesome. He was, I think, the CMO for I think IoTex and some really big other L1 chains. So he's really good at marketing companies from like really small little startups to $1 billion chain. I mean, he's really good at it. And so his forte is marketing. He started a new company where he's working with kind of doing influencer marketing essentially. And that world is a nightmare. It's hard. It's like a spider web of, you don't know what's real. There's bots, there's KOLs that suck, and then there's really legit ones. And as a company, you don't know who's real or who's not. Then if you add in the Telegram bots, and you don't know what's actually genuine comments and traction. And so he focuses mostly on things you can prove are real. So his influencer network that he works with is like YouTubers, TikTokers, and then verified people on X. What you mean by verify is like, have they actually once in a while post a video of their face and talk about a product? And that's a lot more legit than someone who's just anonymous forever, because you don't know what's, you just don't know them, and it's hard to trust that. So he focuses on just quality content that you can, from quality people that put themselves out there, and primarily those kind of platforms. And then also, then you can actually track attribution and see like how much traffic did that influencer send to you? How did it convert or not? And so the paying for performance also helps. It's just better there too, because a lot of times in crypto, you got some influencers say, hey, I have 1,000, I have 10,000 followers in Telegram. If you guys give me this, I'll post about you. And it's just, you just feel like you're just, burning money. You don't know what's going. And then like, trust me, bro, it's going to work. So we'll hype you up. And so that's a lot of crypto. And it's just BS. He does a better job of it. So we kind of went through, talked about some ideas of how we can help each other, because he's an early backer. He had a really good point. He's like, what's your slogan for Prism? And I had my elevator pitch, but that's not a slogan. And on the consumer app side, we do a really great job of selling the vision and the dream and inspiring people. Like, this is cool, it's going to reward you, but here's why we're doing it, for the bigger picture, to make the internet better and unblock the internet. While on this Prism side, I'd say we're not selling the dream, or making it's too technical right now. And so it might be a fun campaign or a contest to do. It's like, we have some ideas. Like, we have Prism that kind of the lights of data that's refracted and pinpointed to deepen precision to provide clearer insights. We have UpRock that I think invokes ideas of a mountain or being high and be on top. So when you're clear on top of the mountain, you have better perspective, you have better insights, you can see better. And so I think there's some kind of slogan there, like soar with UpRock, better insights or clearer insights. And we want to build a business to like inspire them, say, hey, with these tools, your business will soar. That's kind of emotion we want to invoke. So I thought that was a really good advice. So we do need to come up with a good, like 5-6 word max slogan that, we have our elevator pitch, but we have a very inspiring messages where businesses also, if you're a business owner, you're like, yeah, that's going to make my business do well. And I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Drew, you're on it, right? Drew in the chat. He's going to make this something really funny. Oh, like he had here. He has, I have a marketing idea. We could go after older folks. Have a month called Pens for Deep Pins. Not quite that true, but I mean, help us. Deep Pin Precision, I think, was great. I mean, I really like that a lot. But anyway, great feedback from Art. Precision, and it's true. Like, we have it's not a tag. It's not a tagline or motto or anything.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that's boring.
Yeah, you need your 1 or 2 sentences, but you also need something that just easy to those brand slogans really are effective because they evoke some emotion and they like call for a higher vision, which is what they're great for. Yeah. Every great product needs like something to just a rally cry. So
I'm really digging Deep in Precision, and I think that we could work off of that. But all right, so that's okay. So that's ETH Denver. I think now's a great time to get into what you were going to show us about Prism. So we hyped that up. We talked about Prism and how everyone's excited about it. So you've got something to share with us, Jesse?
Yeah, let me just change my one. Yeah, I do. Okay. Let me just share my
anyway, while Jesse's queuing that up, Chris, what do you think about that? I really like that analogy of UpRock, you're on top of the mountain. You've got this great perspective, and then Prism is this, focusing into refracting the lights.
Yeah, no, I like it. You guys are way better at this kind of naming and marketing related stuff than I. But I like it, and I like the idea of not just that it's refracting the light, but it's showing the many different colors or many different aspects of it, right? Because that really ties into the concept of deepen, which isn't just that you have one sort of beam of light, but you have all the different beams, all the different colors coming together to make up the greater whole.
Yeah.
Okay, so just a reminder. This is the current status pages of most sites, and these companies like Atlassian status page, there's Pingdom, there's Uptime Robot, there's BetterStack, there's quite a few. They do all of them offer a public status page, so your customers can actually go check if the network is up or down, and this is a great way to kind of show off how your excellence in uptime, performance, and speed. This is usually what it looks like. It's always based on centralized server monitors, maybe a handful around the world, a lot of times from the big ones like in Amsterdam or Miami or Chicago, stuff like that. And this is what it looks like today. It looks static, looks boring, and this is it. So we're going to show you a far superior way of doing this. When I switch over, let me see. Tell me if you guys can see it. If I just do that. Does that work or no?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. I guess I need to. Maybe I have to share my window instead of tab.
Yeah, I think so.
That's what it was. That's what it was. Okay. Yep. Boop. That work?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yep.
All right.
There we go.
All right. So this is the new and improved Deepen Power Community Power Public Status page. It feels alive because it is. It's real time, and it is. This is all live data. This is a demo we're making for the Solana community. We're going to post this and do a little write-up after the live stream to show you, to talk more in detail of what we're doing here and the magic behind it. But you can see all systems are operational, and now right now you can see you can monitor different endpoints and different URLs, whatever you care about in your network that you want to talk about publicly. And what's awesome about this, we have a world map. This is the UpRock community. All these blue dots are you guys. Every time we ping you, we earn and burn UPT. And this is great for the company or the network, the company Solana, or whatever company uses this, because now they can see how fast is their site, how fast is the site CDN actually really, and on the final layer, the actual devices of customers on their mobile phone or our desktop devices. And so we want to show that how powerful this is in real time. So this is connected to all you guys. As it rolls through, we're cycling through the different countries, the city. You can see the response times here. And then we really want to show how it's token incentivized, because again, this is not possible. All these little small micro data transactions around the world on so many devices is not possible without crypto, without Deepen. And we want to put that front and center so you can see how much crypto is being burned every time we ping you to do this data task. There's response times here as well. And this is focused on the decentralized Deepen monitors. We will actually support, we do already support the centralized too. So if someone wanted to, below this, add in the central servers where you can see how fast your network is responding to a data center, we will have that support as well. So you can choose whether you want to present both or just present the Deepen version.
Well, and sometimes you want the centralized server. For instance, if you were monitoring a mail server where you care more about its ability to connect to specific other data centers, then that's the sort of thing you want to have. So this is it's important that a system like this has these great Deepen features where they're really important, but it still needs to have all of the table stakes features. It still needs to have all the things that people just want for regular day-to-day stuff as well. So that's why we decided to support all of it.
And by the way, this is open source, which is awesome. So Dr. Gorkman and team, I think he's still here. It's amazing. I think he mentioned we have over 50 contributors. When you're open source, you move fast because you get, a lot of times like 25% of our contributor, the code actually comes from outside developers that are so excited about the project. And that's awesome. Now, another thing too here is when you have so much data, you want to be able to, it's really hard for that human to just digest it all when you have millions of devices, and it's just, you're going to have all that historical data over time. You want to be able to dive in and see how can we improve your system. Well, this is a perfect use case for AI. We don't have to build anything from scratch here. There's a lot of open source AI chat models out there. The models are getting better. You can see here, we're going to have a status bot. This right here is just a work in progress, but it'll be there soon. So essentially, you're going to be able to just talk to your uptime report and say, just dive in deeper, like why are we slow here, or what do you recommend here? And we also want to be proactive about recommendations too. So it's not just about presenting if it's up or down or flash. You want to be able to take action and move quickly. And when you have so much data, we don't want you to have data overload. AI is going to be great.
Well, it's important to, I mean, I think it's also super important to actually just have a simple analysis here. So,
yeah,
you know, one of the things we saw with this, obviously this data is incredibly powerful, but at the same time, you know, what's the line from Spider-Man? With great power comes great responsibility. I know it's older than Spider-Man or whatever. But it's true. With a tremendous amount of data, it can actually be hard to just have a really quick one glance understanding of what's going on. And that's where we think now that we're in some ways making the underlying data more complicated with all of these different regions and everything else, we can use AI, as we've always said we would, to bring this together and bring it all back together so that you can once again have a super simple kind of one-line status to be able to tell you what's going on, so that, you know, you can just glance at it in the morning and go, yep, everything's good, and the status bot tells you that you're good, or tells you that you're mostly good, but you have a problem in one particular piece.
Yep, exactly. And what's cool about this is, so throughout the day, we're going to have several launch partners that are going to share their public status page. So it's going to be great for marketing. So as the UpRock community, how you guys can help, I'm going to do a detailed post today. We would love to see great write-ups of how DeepIn is disrupting business applications and how UpRock is, with their breakthrough first SaaS product, is leading the way. Technical details are better. If you want to just talk about how this is cool, if you've used other uptime products and you understand exactly why this is awesome, those kind of comparison write-ups are awesome. So this is how you can just really help amplify what we're building and help the community out. We're going to have some great partners to do this. So I'm going to cycle through some of them. So like DeepIn Hub is going to promote this later today. They're going to talk about how they're using this to, you know, also monitor their systems. And really, like, if companies are obsessed with performance and speed, then this product, that's what it's all about. And this is why people love this too, because it's not just about letting us know it's up or down. You really want to know, like, okay, why are we're constantly up, but we're really slow in this area. Okay, let's beef up the servers there. And so people who are really strive for excellence, where speed and performance are non-negotiable, those are the kind of customers we love, and they'll love this, right? So so DeepIn Hub's going to promote it. We got Juicy Ads. Juicy Ads is the Web 2 company. They serve billions and billions of ads for major adult companies. Not safe for work, but they're also, you know, for them, people pay them to make sure their services work. And they're also part of the pilot program testing us out. So that's cool. And we're going to continue to talk to some of our Web 2 partners in the past. There's Ambient. Ambient is like a weather system. They're also an excellent crypto company, and they're going to promote us later today as well. And each of these companies, we want to highlight them too, because they're striving for amazing DeepIn excellence and precision with whatever they're working on. So these guys want to have DeepIn precision on weather data. And so great partners, great kind of like-minded companies that we want to highlight, and they're choosing to use Prism to highlight, also, you know, prove to the world that yes, we also really are dedicated to uptime, performance, and speed. We got like IoTex, we're talking to them. They're also great partners. If you guys know, last few months ago, they launched the largest DeepIn campaign ever, and we were one of the big partners for that. So that's cool. We got a company like Grid. They're launching a super app for just focus on DeepIn. They're also Borderless is one of their lead investors as well. So we're part of the portfolio company there. It was really cool to partner with those guys. And they're going to have a Grid token coming soon, and you can learn all about that. We're also going to promote them on our site. And we have GeoNet. They just raised a bunch of money. And again, they're doing DeepIn precision in a different way with like hardware devices. And so again, another awesome like-minded company. They need to make sure their systems and their hardware is up and running fast around the world as well. So it's just a perfect match and compatible with our vision of what a DeepIn could be and how it can transform how we operate in the world and with the community, right? So yeah, and more are coming. So yeah, if you guys, every time we see one of these posts, really helps to repost it, add a comment to these guys. Even share about how you might, if you're already following some of these projects, comment on them, you know, show them some love because they're showing some love back to us. So that would be awesome for you guys to do so. And we're going to continue to get more companies, and it's going to be a continuous campaign to get more people excited, because DeepIn, we have a really great supply. We know we have millions of devices on the consumer side. Now we have to fulfill the demand, and we have customers ready to pay, and we're starting to generate revenue here. But we need to we need, with your support, we can just nail it out of the park. So yeah, that's it. So I think that's my call to action for you guys. Write about it, repost it. If you're technical details would be great. If you're experienced with uptime products, comparison charts are awesome. Or just just share it. So
yeah. This is very exciting to share this. So we'll be sharing with our partners will be sharing it this I guess later today.
Yeah.
And you know who could have really benefited from this, from Prism yesterday? Slack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I was thinking that's so funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were down yesterday. Yeah.
If you don't use Slack, or you probably do, if you're working with a bunch of other people, but Slack was down yesterday.
Oh, by the way, what's cool about that is like they weren't down for everybody. It actually worked for me. And it didn't work for Chris.
It was exactly the sort of thing.
This is a different decision. It would actually show me like Slack is up for me in Denver, but it's down for Chris in Arizona. Like actually, this is why it's cool. And then people, the dev team at Slack could go in and realize, okay, something's wrong in this area. It's just better data. The faster you can respond, and the faster you can spawn. It's great for your brand because it helps customer loyalty. People trust you more. Also, you don't lose as much revenue, right?
Well, and it lets your customers know, because I actually went and looked at the status page for that, and it just had like one generic thing. So I didn't know, was it just me? Was I in an outage area, or how much of the team did it cover? Like what was going on with that? We were eventually able to connect over SMS messages, but yeah.
Cool. So if anyone knows anyone at Slack. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's another call to action. If you work for if you're a Web2 company, and if you work in the networking or the response team or or you're just adjacent to any of those departments, show them a demo. Like show them one of these links. We'll post it and let them know, or just show them the website too. Most people will just get it when they see it. But if they just want to see a demo and try it out, in the beginning, we want to do free trials. It's invite only at the moment because it's pretty brand new. We need to test bugs out and stuff. That's why we're launching with some excellent partners first. But if you work for a company or you own a company that you'd love to try this out, reach out.
Yeah, and I know Sasho has been asking for a one pager that he can send out. And I got some slides, Sasho, so I can actually send you.
Oh yeah, we did that. Yeah.
I'll send that over to you. I'll put that in. Either find you on Discord or I have Roz send it over. So Roz, send it over to you. But we got something for you, Sasho. And actually, we might even just put it on the site so folks can just download it if they want to. Be a street team for us. Anyway, super exciting to see this. I am very happy to see it's actually out in the wild. I mean, we've been seeing it for a while, but I'm happy to share this. We can share this with you guys now. What do you guys think? I'm really, I see you guys in the chat, and this week and past weeks seem to be very excited about it, but we're very excited to bring this into the wild and start bringing on some launch partners. Can we share? So we shared who our soft launch partners are here, right?
Yeah, we're gonna, after this live stream, I'm gonna do a detailed post. We encourage everyone to comment and share. That's awesome. Our partners will start doing that throughout the day, and it's a continuous campaign. So as we sign up new people, we're gonna ask them to do the same thing. And by the way, I just see a comment on staking. Yeah, we do need to improve it. This is why the staking on the app on the iOS and Android is going to look great, because we had extra time to make that look better. The web does suck. We need to make that a lot better. Speaking of staking, though, because we have our own liquid staking token, UPT Sol, we can do some interesting things with our business model on Prism. We can actually encourage companies to say stake UPT Sol on the Prism site, and the yield you use can provide a discount on your service. That is awesome. There's no, so basically that is not possible without crypto, obviously. But it's an interesting way for us to just explore different business models where you might be able to use all the services free if you invest in a lot of UPT Sol. And
particularly if you're a Web3 company and you're going to be holding Sol for some reason, it's a great way of getting something useful out of that. Of what you're holding.
That's exactly a good point. If you're already holding Sol, you might as well get a really good SaaS product out of that can improve your business. And so that's a really awesome thing about pulling together a few different technologies together, where we have our DePIN network, we have our SaaS product, and we have this LST token, and we have the staking technology. Putting all that together to really unlock some new business models, which is awesome, right? You can get some discounts or even something free if you have a large Sol wallet.
Yeah. And speaking of some of these partners, I also want to just call out GeoNet is, well, some of these folks are already, they're part of the DePIN DAO, D Pioneers, but in particular GeoNet, if you hold a D Pioneer cat, you got some, they're part of their token is part of the bundle. And they've been I've been trying to find the tweet while you guys were talking about it, but they had some really cool demo the other day, big announcement. But anyway, go check them out. That GeoNet's a super cool company, and we actually had them on our live stream back in December.
Yep.
And it was probably one of my favorite live streams. It was a lot of stuff they were talking about was like way over my head. I was like, I made a mental note, study this more so you don't ask stupid questions, because I had a lot of questions, but I just didn't know what kind of questions. I didn't know I had questions, but I didn't know what the questions were,
Yeah, I get it.
But anyway, very cool guys. Very cool project.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, and they're gonna do big things. They just raised around, and so. Yeah, it's really great to have. It's really, and they have a booth here. I'll probably see them there. There's a DePIN dinner today with attendance says 1,000, or I don't know, a really high number. So I'm so curious to see how big this DePIN Day dinner is and how they're going to feed everybody.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Tufi summarizes it well for me. I'm not very good at this, but they're bringing pinpoint accuracy to GPS. So great precision. More DePIN precision. Jesse, if you see them, you should go take a picture,
Oh, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, for sure. Yep.
Yeah, they had a mic.
I'll look for Mike. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so is there anything else, guys, that we want to share about?
No, I think that's the main thing. Like, I can kind of recap the summary of the roadmap for the next month. Sure. Right now we're launching with the launch partners, so no one can sign up unless we invite you. So because we're fixing the bugs, we're getting feedback from people that we're working with, and this is the kind of the next couple of weeks. We're going to add single sign-on so people can create accounts, and we're going to make that experience just as magical as a consumer side, just an email to start up, etc. Then I think we might make that invite only. We're not sure yet, but we do want people to be able to create an account as long as we send the invite code. We're deciding that we need to decide that soon. If it's open, then anyone can sign on, single sign on, create an account. And they're going to be, once you go in there, you'll see there's a full set of features. Actually, I can show that too. 1 second.
Yeah, go ahead. Because this was the point we were making earlier about you need to share your screen. But you need more. As cool as these status pages are, an SRE team or an ops team needs more of this kind of page to be able to drill down into the individual parts of it, and do things like incident reports, add incidents to the status page, get notifications, and so on.
Yeah, so you can see here, once people are going to log in, all these features work right now. So you have uptime, which is the centralized server. Like you said, there's sometimes you want to just monitor your DNS or mail server, things like that. So that's there. That's a traditional Web 2 version. We have a distributed uptime powered by the community, page speed. We're going to have a few of the other monitors like Docker monitoring, ping monitoring. And then, of course, you don't want to just monitor all this stuff. You want to be alerted for it. So, supporting email, PagerDuty, Slack integrations, all the popular ways for a dev team to get alerted.
And we'll be adding more as we see what people are asking for. But we're gonna start with the most popular ones.
Yeah, and if you go to Prism, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, Klaus, just reach out the usual way for an invite. We're going to be handing out we're going to hand out a modest number over the next week or two, because I think at this point we have, I don't want to say the numbers, but at least 10, maybe pushing on 20 probable setups here that we're getting started, and we want to keep it manageable so that we can really keep a really good conversation with everybody while we're going, make sure if there's any bugs or issues with the UI and with the service that we are solving them. But obviously we're planning to roll this wide soon, so we're super excited about having all of this on. And man, I love this new UI. you guys killed it with this so much.
Yeah, it's awesome, huh? And honestly, like the Blue Wave team is amazing. They move so fast with us too. Like like it's amazing to work with so many open source teams out there that just love what we're working on together. And yeah, it just makes it every day exciting to work with, you know, because people are working throughout the night. You don't feel, no one feels like you're bothering each other. It really has strong, awesome startup vibes. Everyone's just like,
oh, you got those in
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
this.
And you know, the other great thing about it, about, as we said, working open source and all of that kind of stuff is, you know, a lot of the time when you have questions, you don't have to chase somebody down to ask them what they're thinking. You just go look at the code. It's right up there. And you can you can have that whole flow there. So this has been such a huge team project with Dr. Gorkam's team and with ours, and you know, building out the back end for this, all the mobile apps, all of the edge servers that distribute this works, and then of course this great UI and all the management interface that makes this all happen. So this is really great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, super excited.
All right. Yeah, and yeah, so we're shipping. Speaking of, that's very interesting. The next big Solana event is called Ship It or Die. And that's going to be in May. So I just found out about it, totally just retweeted it. He said this year the two biggest Solana events going to be Breakpoint and Ship It or Die. So we
both very violent names, if you think about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Ship It, Break It, Die.
We all woke up, chose violence. Yeah, let's fucking go. So yeah, I think I'll be there. By May, this product will be even more mature. So we're super excited to share it. I'm going to try to see where I can get onto a panel or a talk or something to talk about deep in precision and how it's disrupting business. Yeah.
I think I'd like to go to that one. I don't usually go to events, but I really like
Breakpoint. It's in New York.
Yeah, it's in New York. Okay, yeah, and I like Breakpoint when we went in Asia last year. That was really fun.
Yep, it was good.
Great event, actually.
Productive.
Really great event.
It's not good because compared to like I mentioned multi-chain the other day, the Ethereum community, because it's so broken up with L1, L2s, and there's so many of them, they all kind of want to have their own community. So what ends up happening when you have an Ethereum event, it spans the entire city and it's all over the place, and you spend like half the day in cars, which sucks. The Solana community is just Solana community. So what ends up happening is like one big party, one big ass tent. And so everything's just there. And it just makes it way more convenient and it's fun. And yeah, so, and they because everyone's in one location, they try to bring a mix of everything. So there's like a DJ booth, there'd be party in one section. There's a lot of serious talks in one area, but it's all walkable. Yeah, and that's kind of cool. So.
Yeah, I did notice that in Asia, I was there for Breakpoint, and then I went to a side thing for Ethereum, and the vibe was just totally different.
Yeah.
I walked in with my light up like cowboy hat and my shades, and everyone's like wearing their business clothes. Like, oh, this is a serious. Like, you guys are real serious about this.
This is a different kind of business.
It's a different kind of serious. Okay, but I have also heard that, or read. I read on X, and I think on internal chats, but that the vibe is just different right now. Like it's the era of builders, right?
Oh yeah, you know, like everything seems so depressing online. But when whenever you go to these events, it's you would not even think that there's anything wrong in the crypto world. When you go to, it just wakes you up. Like you're surrounded by builders, surrounded by entrepreneurs, surrounded by marketers. Like people are just very enthusiastic, and you forget that there's a lot of craziness happening online, and everyone's down bad. But yeah when you hear, I think this is why this was like our strong signal that we placed a good bet on the Solana network because of that. I mean, just how we felt the last time everything crashed hard. It didn't affect anybody. Everyone who's serious kept building, and same vibe till today. So
yeah. I've also just been seeing, just in general on X, people saying, who aren't even there physically, just saying like it feels like we're getting into a builder phase. Like, you know, it just feels good. Like people are excited. Like, there's not just chilling or you know, like just like
not just casino.
Stuff. Yeah. It's like we're building, like there's real stuff being built, and it's exciting for everybody. So I'm happy to see the vibe shifting because it was a little bit of a cold winter. and happy to see that.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm always embraced the chaos crypto. I like to play the game. It's fun. But you know, it's never good when so many people get wrecked. So it is also, and so much of the attention got on the memes. And like I said, I don't diss them too hard, but it was a little too much tension, and too many people got wrecked, which is not good. So it is important to remind people that we're also building some really cool shit that's changing the world and actually going to help solve problems in a more efficient way that helps businesses, makes us all more money. You know, so, yeah.
We're just doing it wearing heart sunglasses and light up cowboy hats.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of, I do got to go to an event soon. So
okay, well, I think that we could call it a night, call it a day, right? I think we're good for that. That's all we've got for the day, guys. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah, very, very happy to have everybody here. We will, Jesse, you have a great time in Denver, and Jonathan. Good to see you, Jonathan. See us out.
What the hell is going on over there?
Oh, God.
Okay. All right. Guys, thank you so much for joining us.
As always, thanks for spending your Thursday with us. We really appreciate it.
See you, everybody. Later. Thanks. Yeah, appreciate y'all. Bye.